Oh, the shame. Anyway, last night's BAFTA Awards ceremony saw some of the world's biggest stars step out onto the red carpet. It may have been pouring down, but that didn't prevent the celebrities from showing a lot of flesh. But surprisingly, with all that glitz and glamour, there wasn't a bingo wing in sight. How did they do it? Time to find out. From plastic surgeon Dr. Dirk Kremer and beauty editor Nadine Baggett. Welcome, both. Hello. It was quite a night last night. They were still showing plenty of flesh in spite of that carpet being saturated. But it is that thing, isn't it? I mean, the amazing number of people who do develop these things under here, really, so...
Well, my experience, I can tell you, whenever I fly home to see my parents in Munich, my mom tells me, why didn't you still operate my unflattering bingo wings? I reject it so far, but it's a typical sign of aging of, well, women and men. Skin lose elasticity and firmness, gravity pulls down the whole life, and we end up with these bingo wings.
I had to teach Dr. Dirk the term bingo wings.
Bingo wings.
He's too well educated.
Oh, roulette and blackjack wings is what they're called. Let's meet someone who's particularly concerned about her upper arms. Daphne Batson. Daphne, come in. Thank you. You're very welcome. Lovely to see you.
Thank you.
So, they worry you. Dirk, you come round here.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So, tell us your problem. What don't you like at all?
Well, I've lost 4 stone in weight, so, you know, big curtsy, everybody. Lost 4 stone in weight, but it's left me with this, which is singularly most unattractive, I think.
There was a lot of sympathetic, oh, yes, I've got those. And that was just the men. Dirk, what can you do?
Well, the thing is, she could get a slight improvement with like a laser liposuction, but it just would, you know, maybe give her this result to this extent. My mom, again, 72 Munich, she wants model arms of a high fashion model. So she wants this look. If you want this look, we need to excise all this extra skin and fat. It's called a brachioplasty, upper arm lift, 2.5-hour surgery, and then, yes, you have high fashion model arms.
What would it cost her? That's slicing it down, taking it out, and then stitching it back together.
Break it to me gently.
Well, it would be a start like £5,500 pounds.
That's for the really... I was going to say the sharp end, but you know what I mean. It is really, isn't it? Dirk, come back, because, Nadine, there are alternatives there.
There are alternatives. If we could just walk across here, I want to introduce you to 2 ladies.
Come with me, Daphne. Come on, look.
This is Sarah, and this is Beth. And the machine we're using is called a Cynosure Smooth Shapes. And the treatment was basically developed actually for the backs of legs, but they found it worked really well on arms. There's a laser you can see there that goes through. It targets the fat in the fat cells. It heats them. That makes the fat come out of the fat cells, where it can then be metabolized as if you'd eaten a fatty meal, for example. At the same time, the red light encourages the skin to tighten up again. And it actually, although it's not going to get rid of Daphne's bingo wings completely, it will firm and tighten the area.
Because Beth here has got rather less, Daphne wouldn't mind saying that. But Sarah, you reckon it would still work on Daphne?
Absolutely, you'd get some improvement with that.
And what's this going to cost?
We're talking, depending on where you live in the UK, between £70 and £120 per treatment. You need 2 a week, and you need 8 of them, so it's a month-long series of treatment.
It's about £1,000. It's still a bit expensive.
But no scarring, you see, no scar from here to here.
Well, can we look at creams? Because, I mean, they are going to be cosmetic rather than anything else. Just pop them back here again. So,
now,
very briefly on the creams.
The creams are absolutely cosmetic. There's nothing you can do with a cream. But you can, I think, make up the skin with what's called a body BB cream, which is a blemish balm cream for the body, which makes it look more beautiful. I've got 3 here. Pretty Potion, the choice of Gwyneth Paltrow, £30. The Aromatherapy Associates Roller Murray Finishing Cream, £45. And This Works Miracle, £36. They are makeup for the skin. If you're a little bit browner and a little bit smoother, everything looks better.
So why don't you start that way and work up to the
well, I could, you know, free samples, great
Bless
for you.
You take some home, Daphne.
Thank you, Daphne. We have you up to date. Let's see. You're welcome. Well, you need hands, but as you get older, they age faster than anything else. Hands do age, don't they?
That's true. We forget that. We forget that hands are the body part that we use most of the time. They're always in action, even if I rest at home. Probably I go through a book, I push the remote button. Hands are always moving.
Everything you do, you use
But we give it the least care. We put creams on our face, but always forget our hands.
True. Well, somebody who's worried about her hands, Angela Pete. Angela, come in. Lovely to see you. There we are. No, they're not too bad, are they? What do you think?
She's a beautiful woman, first of all. So the hands are also okay. Usually, what we see in an aging hand is age spots, which actually she doesn't show, even though she lives a big part of her life in Portugal, honey.
Right.
So she should have age spots. If we have age spots, we can remove them with Fraxel laser. That's a very, very effective treatment.
But in this case, well, it's just sort of loose skin.
Exactly.
I'm going to check because it's just the same, you know. It's not just you.
The thing is, the next problem is we lose fat tissue with aging, and then when we have too much fat tissue loss, we see tendons and veins throwing through the skin.
So the answer there is?
This would be a fat transfer or a dermal filler with radius, which works really, really well.
Cost?
The filler treatment is around, depending how many syringes we need, 800, 1,000 pounds.
A lot of money.
And the last thing is, and I think Nadine can tell us later something, of course, the skin gets more and more wrinkly, and I think there are some good creams on the market. But most important, I want to say, gardening season starts soon.
Yes,
you know that?
It never
For all
stops.
the ladies at home who work in the sun in the garden, always put some protection factor.
On you.
Prevention is better than cure.
Nadine, briefly, you've got the
Well, we
machine
mentioned there Fraxel, which you can actually have done in a salon or, for example, in a clinic. But there's now a new home Fraxel machine called the Philips Real Rare. It's £800. Do you mind if I test it on the back of your hand?
I don't know. If I don't come back tomorrow, you'll know it.
Basically, what it does is it sends pin-prick cycles of energy into the skin to give you... Can you feel that as it comes across? It goes green.
Just go stronger.
There you go. So basically, it sends energy into the skin, resurfacing the skin.
Oh, right,
there you go. You feel that?
Oh, look at that. It's transformed.
And what it does over time is it resurfaces the skin, gets rid of age spots and thickens the skin.
Cost?
£800.
Oh, God, but at least you've got it there.
Forever.
Very briefly, creams?
3 creams that I think work brilliantly for hands. So there's the Crabtree and Evelyn 60-second fix, which is an exfoliant, particularly good for gardeners. The Dr. Sibag Pure Vitamin C powder is a brilliant product that you can add to any hand cream to get rid of age spots. And then Gatineau Age Benefit is a vitamin A base cream, £36.50 for fine lines.
Choice is yours, £36.50 or a few thousand
I'll save my pennies.
I should have the creams, yes. But if anyone at home is considering surgery or other treatments, please make sure to see your GP. That way you can seek appropriate advice and visit a reputable practitioner whose work you can examine. Go and have a look at somebody's work and see, then you're confident or more confident. And if you'd like to have a live consultation here with Dr. Dirk, please email us at alan@itv.com. I'm just jotting down this address now. Making sure you send a photo and contact details. My thanks to Nadine, Dr. Dirk and all my guests today.